What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is DJ For Real, and I have hijacked Uncut for this one special one-off interview with the man they call Flame. And if you don't know Flame, we're gonna introduce you to Flame. So, Flame, how are you, brother?
Doing well. About
Good to have you in the UK.
Yes, glad to be here.
First time?
Second time, actually.
Second time.
Yes.
Good. Enjoying the second time, the second
Loving it. I'm blending in a lot more. My St. Louis accent is still thick, so people know me amongst many, but you're having a good time, bro.
Good, good. So, talk to us about your new album, Captured.
Yeah.
What is the essence, the feel, the energy, the environment behind it?
Absolutely. Well, the CD is titled Captured for a reason. So my idea behind it was I wanted to write an album that would highlight the things that would impress people with God. So I wanted to put the things in the songs that were more like heart language, right? Rather than just trying to be deep and weighty, but just thinking through how can I peel back layers in our human experience so we can focus on how good God is, His grace, His mercy, His forgiveness, His call for us to grow in sanctification. I want to like kind of do an album that was kind of cultural. A lot of people are doing hype albums right now, but I wanted to do one that was more contemplative.
So it's something more dealing with the human being as opposed to just maybe specifically a spiritual perspective or a spiritual digestion of the Bible kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's not like you're entering into the classroom setting. It's more like you're doing introspection. You know what I mean?
Cool. Cool. So with this album, where this is the first album that you've released separate, because you were with Cross Movement previously. How was it making that transition from being signed to like one of the leading urban hip hop record labels in urban gospel to becoming independent and really going in that direction?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I think it was a smooth transition because my wife and I, she's in the building. But anyway, like we've been doing like so much on our own for so long that the transition was pretty easy for us. We had a lot of people that supported us, our pastors, local churches, professors at schools, a lot of other people in the music industry that really were like, we would love to see this happen. So a lot of people rallied behind us to really see this thing, up and running. So God just really gave us, a lot of help and a lot of confirmation. And so far, it's been going really well.
Good. So in regards to your previous works, and because you've got Flame, you've got Rewind, you've got Our World Fallen, you've got Our World Redeemed, and you've got Captured. I'm not going to ask you which album is your favourite because that's a bit unfair, but I am going to ask, is there one track in particular that kind of really tugs at your heart and you're just like, I'm grateful that the Lord gave me that track?
Yeah, it's a good question, man. I think from the Capture project, let me see, one of the songs that really, I guess, reaches my heart, it's a song titled Double Back, right? Featuring one of my homies, his name is Thizzle. And when I think about the song, it's a topic that's not really hit on. So the whole concept is about bearing one another's burdens. And if your brother or sister falls in sin, the responsibility to go back and to restore them in gentleness and with respect, Peter says. So I'm just thinking about, or Paul, one of them. But I'm just thinking about like just this whole idea of caring for Christ and caring for the brothers. You know what I mean? So it's vertical, then it's horizontal as well. So that song is just really, dear to my heart. And Thizzle brought his A game on that as well. So,
cool.
Yeah,
because it's interesting that you've talked about vertical and horizontal because there's a lot of things happening at the moment in regards to our fellow brothers and sisters and how important it is for us to take responsibility. In regards to a lot of the things that are currently happening in today's climate, in regards to Christians struggling in their walk, what advice could you, I guess, give to people in regards to dealing with situations that are hitting people, dealing with pressures, even like financial, relational, emotional? What kind of, from a biblical, clear-cut perspective, what encouragement could you give to the people?
That's good, man. I think about, so like the whole New Testament idea that Christ really brought to the table was this new thing, the way, the Christianity, right? And one of the major things about it was community. So you had, there was so many different pressures as the church was being sparked, right? So you had persecution. People really needed to rally together around the gospel. In the book of Acts, to talk about how they came together. They gave themselves to the preaching of the word, the breaking of bread, and they really just kind of drew together. And people sold their possessions, and they would give to each person in need. And they had that accountability. They had that encouragement. So for anyone that's struggling with any particular sin or any particular weakness, the best thing you can do is, call for help. Seek people at your local church that can minister to you, that can encourage you. Confess your sin, right? James chapter 5, verse 16. Confess your sin one to another that there may be healing. You know what I mean? And it's things like that God has given us, principles like that that we all need to remember so that we can grow in the grace and knowledge of the Lord.
Good. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I've got to wrap it up, but there is one question I do want to ask, and it's quite a tentative one, but it's kind of to do with in regards to there's been a few situations that have arisen in the urban music scene that have hurt a lot of people, that have touched a lot of people, and that have left people in unease in regards to who they should listen to, whose messages are maybe very forthright and that kind of thing. So in regards to people choosing the type of music they should listen to, in regards to that kind of thing, what is it? I can't really say what artists should people listen to, but how can people discern or go, what should they go about in regards to discerning the type of music that they should
I love the question, man. I think like number one, as a human being, like our hearts are always active, they're always pursuing something, right? So the thing that you want to do is fill your heart with God's word, with the message of hope, the message of the gospel, but you want the principles from the Bible to be accurate. So it's just not just this, woo, Jesus, 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 it's fun, like simple, shallow stuff, but you want something that can actually dig in your heart and challenge you to grow in the grace and knowledge of the Lord. So I would say fill your iPod, whatever you're listening to, with things that will point you towards Christ. Don't be intimidated to really like purchase music and things of that sort that will cause you to think about your God, to see your sin, and to grow, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of music I like to really listen to, you know. And when I hear secular music, it's just the same old, you know. And I really just like, I want to learn more about my God. I want to love people, you know what I mean? So I want people to say those things to me that encourage me to do that, you know what I mean? So,
what was the last track that you, or last CD that you listened to on your iPod, quickly?
Last CD, it's a group called Leland.
Okay.
Rock group, and I met them at the airport, and they hit me with some music.
Airport here?
This was back in the States, you know what I mean? But so I'm just like, it's like worship rock, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I don't know what to call it, but it's just incredible music, but it's upward, so it's really having me think about my God, you know what I mean? So
that's fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, the man Flame, boy DJ for real. This is Uncut.